interesting. Zimbabwe, Zambia, Switzerland. Wow. Lagos, South Africa, Ondo State. Wow. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, I'm seeing in the chat box, a lot of people are saying, talking about their expectations and what they hope to gain from today's interactions. Oh, Eric is saying to receive knowledge about family engineering and operate as a co-creator. I love that. I love that. Knowledge is very principal and key to how we operate and how we function effectively in the society. That's beautiful. Please keep it coming. I would like to know what your expectations are for today, what you expect to learn and garner from these conversations today. Wow, from DR Congo. Wow, welcome, welcome. Flori Kangudi. I hope I pronounced your name very well. Canada. Wow. Anambra, Nigeria. Welcome. Better counseling skills. I like that. I like that. I like that. Please keep it coming to gain skills. Yes. Oh, wow. Very specific. Mrs. Gadi, to gain insight on how to help other couples. Wow. Okay. Now I would like to hand over to Mr. June for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for that introduction. You're welcome. You're welcome. I welcome you all to this beautiful and impactful meeting. I trust that you have your device ready, notes ready to lean from all the information and the messages that will come in this evening. So I know that Corridor was asking where you're joining in from. If you can still drop that in the chat room, that would be helpful so that we just know the people that we have in the room tonight. My name is Juwon Odutayo, and you're welcome to this webinar, New Rules on Family Life Practice. Okay, can I see more messages in the chat room? Where are you joining us from? Okay. Owerri, Imo State. Lusaka, Zambia. Wow. How did they say good evening in Zambia? How did they say good evening in Zambia? How do you greet someone in Zambia? Does anybody know? It's hello, hi. Muni or Mulishani. That's what I would do for you. Stevens is from Jos Plateau. Debbie's from Lagos. Okay. Thank you all for joining. I can assure you, I think there was a time I was in this kind of meeting before, and it made a whole lot of difference in my life since that moment. And I can confidently tell you that this is a first step into a major change that is going to happen in your life. Admin, please, can you, I'm trying to send you a message. Botswana, Ibadan, Oyo State. Odunaya is from Ibadan. Tabona is from Botswana. Emmanuel is from Liberia. Amazing. Africa is well represented. Mrs. Gadi is from UK. Okay, so thank you all for responding. Thank you very much for responding. Without much ado, we'll just go straight into the program. I'll take a testimonial from Korede and then we'll take it up from there. Korede, are you in the room? Korede is one of the freshest graduates from IFED. Freshest. It's hot right now. So, Korede, let's have you give us your testimonial. How has this journey been for you? Talk to me.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Wow. There is a lot to say, but I think the first thing will have to be gratitude, because I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here and to have this privilege to speak to everyone about my experience and the things I've learned and I'm still learning because it's an ongoing process. This the 3 months period of learning did something for me personally. It helped me discover myself even better. And there was something, that we learned in class that for you to be able to help others, you need to have helped yourself. You need to have understood yourself. And that's what the Family Systems Engineering course or certification did for me. I wrote something down because I was thinking about it and I was asking myself, what is the difference between a class and a master class? And something stood out for me. A master class is a class taught by experts, people who have lived and experienced what they teach. So it's not just head knowledge or traditional intelligence. This is theory plus practical and experience. And for me, that's what we got, from the classes. Everyone who spoke to us had undergone the FSEC program. And so it was from a personal experience. And I discovered things I didn't know about myself. I discovered, my personality at its core. I discovered what the love languages represents. And then when I started working with couples, it felt like magic. There's something we call Oyala. It's one of the tools at FSEC. When I administered it to some of the clients I worked with, they were just stunned. They were astonished. They were like, do you live in our house? What is going on here? And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this program because it's something practical, it's something useful, it's something applicable to anybody, and everyone. Um, uh, there was something that stood out for me that Mr. Praise for said. He said that the family is the most important nation in the world. And I'd never seen it that way. But everybody that we see in leadership positions or we see across different spheres of influence in life came out from a family. And so we produce the leaders of tomorrow. And it's important for us to understand how to help the family, how to help individuals. Sorry about that. Okay. So it's important for us to know how to help individuals, how to help people understand themselves, and also provide value to their communities, in marriages, talking to children and teenagers. So for me, it has been an amazing experience, and I'm happy and glad to be here to be able to share my experience with you all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Korede. Thank you for sharing your testimony and your experience with us. I know that you're fully loaded to go and impact your world with the tools and information you've received from IFED. Thank you so much. I would like to also invite Ifeoluwa Akinpelu to share her own testimony. Hello, Ife. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Good.
everybody. My testimony is going to be brief as much as possible. So, when you think HEFSEC, think mind shift, think transformation, think practicality, think reliability, think transformation of the world, African continent, Asia, to the ends of the earth. When I joined FSEC, the reason why I joined FSEC was because I saw all of the documents, all of the curriculum, but what interested me was the tool they said they were going to give us, which was going to diagnose our clients without them telling their stories in 15 minutes, 94% accuracy. That was what interested me about FSEC, and I took it and I wasn't disappointed at all. Also a fresh graduate like Korede, and actually, the first day I joined, Mr. Juwon's testimony inspired me when he was telling us that right from HEPSEC, he recovered his money back. And I said, I'm going to do what this man did. And yesterday, I was sharing my testimony during graduation, and I said that even though I haven't recuperated all my money back, but I have almost gotten all my money back. And beyond the money, the empowerment, the audacity, the mind shift started from me, reflected in my husband, reflected in my home. And now I just graduated, but I already launched my private practice. I've been struggling to launch in 4 years, and it's just mind blowing. So when you are thinking FSEC, think mind shaped, because you are going to deal with every limiting belief that has been stopping you from executing or from going out there. And I promise you, FSEC is not like any other one. I said I've been struggling for 4 years because I've taken courses, different courses on counseling and all. Trust me, I've taken a lot. And at a point, they all begin to look the same way. Communication, conflict resolution, premaritals. FSEC is not like that. FSEC is different. In fact, if the cost of this course is doubled or tripled, trust me, you will know that it is worth it. So I want to encourage you that you should please sign up for the course. It will totally transform your life, transform your family, and it will transform the people you are working with. Now I practice with so much confidence, and I'm not even afraid of making mistakes. I'm not biased. I'm willing to work with more people, either not only religious people. I'm willing to work with people that are not even of my faith. And FSEC is just amazing. It's the best, and I'm not going to lie. Thank you.
Thank you, Ifeoluwa. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm glad to hear that you're already starting off immediately. You're not losing any energy at all. And that's just the impact that this program does to you. It fires you up to just do the needful and make it happen. Just like you first said, sorry, I think I had an itch there. Okay, just like you first said, when I signed up for this program, I think it was in the fourth or fifth week that I recouped my money and I used the information I've gotten. Immediately the tools were handed over. I started practicing. And I can tell you, like I said when I started, if I'm going to say from where I stand, you are making a move. You're making a decision that is going to change a lot of things in your life. It has done so for me. I'm not lying. It has done so for me. If there is somebody that they should say poster stamp for IFED and FSEC, I gladly qualify. I gladly qualify. And I am guilty as charged for it. Because what it has done for my work, let me not make too much noise. Come in. When you come in, then I'll be sharing stuff with you. Because on a more serious note, see, where our world is going today, the family is the most fundamental social unit. And when you see the stuff that are happening today, you will be glad that you are making this decision now, because this industry is about to blow up. And it's just better, it's just wise that you are well equipped before the demands begin to increase. Because understanding dynamics of family is essential for what we're about to face. AI is there, but it has its limits. So let me not talk too much. My guy at the top, PF, is in the room, and I'm not going to waste much time. I'm going to call him up now. I think I can't see him. Admin, what I have there says I should call PF up, but I'm seeing another person that is wearing glasses like me. So since I'm not seeing PF, I think I'm also seeing PF with the person that I'm seeing. So I would like to call the Director of Studies up, Chidimma Nwobi, to also speak to us this evening. My DOS, Twali.
Thank you, Juwon. Thank you, Korede. Thank you, Ifoluwa, for those amazing testimonies. And it's amazing to see that we have people from across the globe who are desirous of either learning more skills, upgrading their skills, and wanting to take a hold of this template that we have talked about. I see more testimonies coming in the chat room. So let's talk about the new rules of family life. For the next 2 days, my team and I will devote time to talk about the new rules of family life. I was just smiling when Juwon was saying that this industry is about to blow up. In case you are ignorant of the signs, it is important to know that people have started to realize that they have been scratching, like something is wrong with a tree and you go spray pesticides on the leaves, and then you still see that the problem persists. You're trying to look at the branches. That's what society has been doing. Somebody is messing up in government. They are talking blah, 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 blah. An adult is in the workplace and cannot deliver even the basic KPIs. People cannot keep relationships. People are unliving themselves. But it is now that the majority of society is realizing that we've been looking at the leaves, we've been looking at the branches. Where we should be looking at is at the roots. And where is the root? Where life began. And our life all began in the family, whether the family is functional or dysfunctional, the family is disruptive or intentional. So many more in schools, in government, everywhere is now saying, hey, if we want to get society right, we're going back to the family. That's why Juwon was saying that. And so let's talk about the new rules. I'm just going to be with you for some time. And I see that we're enthusiastic to learn. So we will just get right into it. For the next 2 days, we will be talking about the family systems engineering approach to the new realities of family life. So this is what we are committed to share with you. First of all, you will discover at the end of this class that you have discovered the opportunities that exist in the family life space. You will also learn the 7 reasons why family life practitioners struggle. We're going to together look at the 6 sabotaging beliefs that you need to uninstall in your life if you want to be that family life practitioner of repute. Then we will discuss the new rules of family life practice that can transform your practice, and we'll be sharing with you the best templates that will accelerate your success rates across the globe. So it's going to be back forth conversation. So I don't know right about now, please take away distractions. If you're not in a quiet place, you want to settle in a quiet place, because you're about to hear what will change your practice forever. Again, because I may be calling out names, if your Zoom name is still showing Samsung A23, whatever, please, you might want to just change it to your name and including any title that you want to be addressed with. Like you see on mine, it has my name, Chidima will be Director of Studies. So if you want to also do that, please do that quickly so that I can address you properly if I need to speak to you. I am worthy of whatever I desire to earn from the incredible value I bring to humanity. I deserve much more than I charge because I save lives every day, much more than the world can imagine. My clients attain clarity and achieve their desired results while I also achieve my financial goals. I am a family life coach and I keep the world happy. I like for you to recite this. You don't need to unmute yourself. Recite this to yourself as I take it one more time. And at the end of this recital, I'm going to be asking you some questions. So let's take it together and talk to yourself. I am worthy of whatever I desire to earn from the incredible value I bring to humanity. I deserve much more than I charge because I save lives every day, much more than the world can imagine. My clients attain clarity and achieve their desired results while I also achieve my financial goals. I am a family life coach and I keep the world happy. If you recited this with me, please come to the chat room and let me know as honestly as you can. On a scale of 0 to 5, where 0 is, I didn't believe what I was saying at all, and 5 was, I completely believed every word I said. So it's a range. To what level did you believe that about yourself? Let me come to the chat room. Okay, I'm seeing 4, 3, 4, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. All right. Okay. So I hope that the people saying that they believe it to a 5/5, which is fantastic, that you're actually confident, charging what you are worth, and also giving the results that is worthy of what you charge. Because if I'm looking at people typing 555, and when you are having a client consultation call, your mouth is shaking to even call your fees, it's not in tandem with your 5. If you're typing 5 and deep down you're not even convinced that your solutions actually deliver undeniable transformation, it's not in tandem. But we'll go ahead as we do that. Thank you, Temitai, for saying I do free service. And for those who feel like a 1/5, a 2/5, a 3/5, you're exactly where you are. After our engagement tonight, you will realize why you were not so confident in reciting this, or you will come to realize what the gaps are in your practice that makes you not confident of reciting it with us. So we're moving on. When it comes to the family life practice in Africa, what separates us from the rest of the world isn't just competence issue, it is often esteem issues and the lack of belief in our solutions. For somebody like me, learning just gives me life. So I love to learn, and I have participated and been in classes with people from across the globe. And I every day reaffirm that it is not that as Africans, when it comes to the family life space, we don't know our onions. Sometimes it's that people do not even believe that what they know is enough. Take, for instance, when we're talking about the certification, people will come and say, oh, does he have an international affiliation? Oh, is he recognized? Will I get a UK certified badge? Will it be a US certified? And I just smile. Because even in the UK, US, we have deployed these solutions and they're like, oh, this is nothing like we have. It is a combination of coaching, therapy, strategy, and it is indigenous, created for Africans by Africans. So in this call tonight, we will be looking at what has been stopping your family life practice, whether locally or even to export it. I'm currently doing a work trip in the United States of America, exporting the indigenous solutions that we have created for premarital coaching, for marriage mentoring, for even adolescent well-being to the Africans in the diaspora. And somebody is saying to me, you need to move over here. I mean, just get your license here. You're going to make dollars, because what you're talking is the challenges that people are having here. But it's like when we visit some of these other tribes, they can't relate with our issues. They can't relate with our peculiar challenges. And it feels like even the solutions we're given is foreign. So it's not that we don't have competence. It is often, and you can blame it on neocolonialism, when we always think that anything that is good is what is imported. That's even why people are not patronizing made in Nigeria goods. That's even why people don't have faith in made in African goods. They just feel like once it is imported, is the best. And that is one thing you need to take out of your mind. You can stand with any professional anywhere with the templates that you're going to discover, and you will get your accolades because they will be wowed by your mastery, and not just the mastery, the speed of results and transformation that you are able to produce, because not only are you Black, but because you also know your audience. So what are the opportunities when it comes to family life? Because somebody, I don't want to just be front facing. Coaching is so draining. If you do one-on-one with people, you will be exhausted. Do you know that the family life space is a value chain? You could offer personal coaching. You could do group coaching. You could even specialize in organizational employee family assisted programs. Because people's productivity and engagement in the workplace is dropping because of personal harmony issues and family issues. You can be the expert who is offering these solutions to organizations, and you're well paid for it. What about report preparation? By the time you will get into day 2 tomorrow, you understand, what's this report? What are you preparing? We have people that we have trained that just write the reports and get paid for it. That already is an income stream on its own. You could also be doing deals with government. Government wants to do this and that, and it involves families. It involves young people. They don't even know how to do that. Young people are right now, the current Gen Z, according to research, are the loneliest people on earth, the loneliest generation ever. As much as they are even the most technological savvy, and they are the ones that are exposed to the internet. So what if a government establishment wants to do a youth empowerment thing? It's you, the family life practitioner, who understands how that young mind has been engineered, that will get the deal. You could do consulting. You could, produce intellectual property development and just give it out. Right now, I'm in my era of creating blueprints and frameworks and giving it out so that people can use it to do effective work, because that is one of the skills that I have. Breaking down complex issues to simple solutions and making it easy to adapt and ready to use, and selling it to those who want to do the work but don't even have the skills or know what to include in that. So you could have infidelity recovery blueprint. This is what you do with the people step by step. Or you're doing premarital, you're confused. This has been done for you. Take this intellectual property and deploy it, and you get paid for it. You could do partnerships, collaborations, because money is made in tribes, in communities. But if you don't have any skill set that you're bringing, why would I want to partner with you when I'm going to do all of the work? No, you have to bring something to the table. And that's also an income stream in the family life space. Or you could choose to do non-governmental organization and just do a charity service, and that is still okay. We have people that are raking money from matchmaking. One of my mentees said to me, I don't call it matchmaking. I call it match find. I don't even know the word she used, because I'm not making it. I'm just helping them to find themselves and see if they align. And there are many opportunities. So don't think that, oh, if you become a family life practitioner, you will just be doing personal coaching and getting your energy drained, or having to do group coaching. There is a lot, and the value chain just keeps increasing. Okay. So someone is saying, what do you mean, center the slide or move to the left? Oh, I will check it. My slide from my position is central. So I don't know what you mean by that. So please let me know if that is still happening, because I am seeing my slide in the middle. Okay. All right. So now let's
It is in the middle. Your slides are good.
Oh, thank you. Let's begin this conversation with this. So I'd like for you to come to the chat room and let me know, what are you seeing on my screen right now? And how does that make you feel? Let's quickly do that. What are you seeing on my slide right now? And how does that make you feel? I want to see your comments in the comment section immediately, because we need to run. We need to run. What are you saying? Thank you, Dr. Johanna. Dr. Johanna says, a prostitute bargaining as a question, a hawker, a prostitute, a roadside chick. Thank you. Now, move on to the next question, even as you're typing it. I want you to answer the two questions. What do you see, and how does it make you feel? Somebody says improper dressing, a customer sex hawker negotiating, a bargaining, and we see this every day. Tell me how it makes you feel. All right, somebody feels bad, indecent. Tell me how you feel. Okay, let's move on. What do you see here? This second question slide, what are you saying? I like that. Somebody said I feel disgusted. I feel uncomfortable, and I'm wondering if it's, oh, I feel sorry. The second slide, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? I feel bad. Okay. We've moved on. All right. The second slide. Here, the third slide. What do you see in the third slide? And I need you to be putting, as you're saying, ladies in the party, female party, tell me how you feel. Put what you're seeing and your feelings side by side so it's easy for me to read it. I have left the ladies. I am in another picture. What are you seeing in this picture? All right. Days says a gay couple, okay. Internally displaced, a group of illegal immigrants, lesbians, and you feel disgusted, celebrities and squalor, a gay couple and confused men without direction, okay. A set of lesbians and some guys who look like they have been rounded up for a crime, refugees, lesbians, I feel terrible. Homosexuality promotion, you feel uncomfortable. Thank you. All right. What do you see in this next slide? We have moved from the two Caucasian ladies and a group of young men. We have moved. Tell me what you see. Okay, somebody says a religious gathering. Talk to me. A cross section of praying people, worship. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so let's look at this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's pay attention here. And if you get what we're about to be discussing here, it is the first shift to the entirety of the new rules of family life. Quickly come to the chat room and let me know, how did you arrive at your conclusions? I'm going to stop this. How did you arrive at the conclusions? Some saw maybe someone who was trapped, they saw a hawker, they saw a prostitute, they saw a gay couple, they saw lesbianism, they saw internally displaced people, they saw worship, you saw people praying. How did you achieve that conclusion? So Folashade says, my assumption. Adeusi says physical appearance. Samuel says, I concluded by the appearance, general societal stereotypes, and all. Fantastic. Lesson number one of the new rules of family life is just what we saw. Do you know that those people you saw wearing the religious clothes, in their midst could be the so-called prostitutes? In the midst of those wearing religious clothes and you saw worship, could actually also be people of diverse sexualities? So when you come, if you want to be a transformational family life coach, the first thing you must realize is that assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. That's number one. Number two, if you see a person and you judge the person by their looks, you will struggle, and I mean you should underline struggle, to reach that person and help that person. Because I saw some people saw, oh, the person dressed like a prostitute, oh, the lesbian couple, and I saw some feelings, disgusting. Tell me, imagine that gay couple walked into your office needing intervention, and your already feelings about them is feeling of disgust. Are you aware that you don't have to speak what you're feeling. Your physiology tells what you're feeling. And if you're ever going to help any human being, the person must feel first of all, feel seen by you. But if you're already disgusted by what they are wearing, you're not going to do no transformational work. And religion has been reduced to fashion. So you see somebody wearing a white garment, standing in the prayer pose, and you imagine that the person has Christianity at heart, you will be shocked that thieves, the so-called prostitutes, and even the wicked ones at heart also wear our religious garments, and yet their hearts are not changed. So it tells you that the moment you see a client and your interpretation of them is based on what you can see, you are already disconnecting from the person. If your interpretation becomes subjective and you are caught in the bog of stereotyping, your ability to build a profitable business from family life becomes hampered because you are no longer first seeing human beings. All of those people you're seeing, the lady in skimpy clothes, the ladies looking scantily dressed, the one that looks like she's bargaining for a customer, the people in prayer poses, the refugee looking ones, the couple that is gay, all those people, and hear me correctly, were created as human beings. And when God created them, he looked at them and said, this is good. So the first thing you should have in mind as a family life practitioner is that when you see anyone or when you hear anyone's case or when anything is presented to you, you remind yourself that this person is God's creation that was created in love. At what point did the person fall off from their divinity? That's your first. So when you see a person, it's not first meeting the person with judgment. It's meeting the person with curiosity to say, how did this person who was created pure become like this? How is this person that was made in the image and likeness of God turn out to be a wife beater, turn out to be a naga, turn out to be a sex worker, turn out to be whatever it is anybody became is as a result of how life has treated them and the interpretations that they have made of it. It is only when you remember that every human being, both the good, the bad, the ugly, the struggling, the wife beater, everybody that you meet is first an image of God. So it's like, how did this image of God get this way? So you look at people and you see God in them. You don't see labels. You don't judge a person by their clothes. I mean, if I stand up right now as I'm teaching this class, I'm wearing this top and I'm wearing a very short bomb short. So probably if you had seen me by outside going grocery shopping, you're like, who is this one? Who is this one? But then I'm sitting here and I'm spitting fire and you can relate and say, oh, but you don't see people and you see labels. You see people and you see love. What will cost you customers and what will make people not want to work with you is because you treat them as if they need fixing. You don't look at them and see human beings. You see pity parties. You see prostitutes. You see gay. You see whatever it is you're seeing. So from tonight, if you're going to work and join God in this redemptive work of saving humanity through the family system, you need to first of all address your perception of people. How do you see people? When you see somebody, do you see class? Do you see tribe? Do you see religion? Do you see standard? If when you look at anybody, and you have to be honest with yourself, you don't see a human being created in love and of love, then you need to change that paradigm because it's going to influence you. You don't come and you see a client and you first of all looking at them to know, oh, what's their bank account? Oh, which class do they belong in? Oh, which religion? Nah, 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 nah. You don't see labels, you see human beings created in the image of God. All right? And when you do that, it is because the biggest error in our world today is the error of assumption. People assume that they know this person. You assume that meanwhile, you don't even know how this person became who they became. Are you aware that no matter how much you know, all that you currently know is not all there is to know? And so if you're going to come to work with a couple or with a client, how do you now bridge the gap of assumption and knowing enough about the client to help you make tailored analysis and design tailored intervention plan for them without having to spend the whole year getting to know them? That's where the Oyela bridges the gap for you. If you are a family life practitioner and your knowledge base about human behavior, about human psychology, about behavior modification, about family science, about how people even make decisions, a whole body of knowledge, you may be causing more harm than good to your clients. That's why I say to my mentees, the day you stop learning is the day your potentials to destroy lives starts increasing. And take that to the bank. The day you feel like, I know it all, I'm not going to learn anymore, that is the day that your potential to wreck the lives of people starts to increase. And unfortunately, I see that. I had a clarity call with someone recently, and I was saying, okay, so this work you're doing, how have you been trained in it? And she goes, oh, I have been so passionate about this. I know that I have a calling to help marriages. And I'm like, that's fine. Okay. So what is it? What's your qualification? What? And this person has done nothing, but just comes on social media and is writing. I read something, somebody who says they are a marriage coach put out on social media the other day, and I was cringing. And unfortunately, Nigeria, most of Africa, we are still standardizing the industry. And so people just throw terminologies around. You come, somebody say, I'm a coach, I'm a therapist, I'm a that. Meanwhile, they don't have any basic training. So when your knowledge base is skewed, or you don't continue to improve yourself, you will cause more harm than good on your clients. And that's that knowledge gap is what we want to bridge. So let's start with our reality checks. I'll be taking us through certain reality checks on day one, and then I will see how we can wrap up the conversation. So the first reality check here is, how skilled are you in handling the various problems in the family life sector? If I'm going to also give you the rating guide of 0 to 5, where 0 is I am completely unskilled, and 5 is I am completely skilled, come to the chat room and let me know where you think you belong. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. For those asking for the recording, this is will be available in the Institute of Family Engineering and Development IFED Academy channel on YouTube. So after this class, you can still access it there. All right, thank you for being vulnerable. Okay, so let's look at it. Thank you. And so you are at the right place. No matter where your skill is, you're here. And I just want to charge the people that are 0, 1, 2, please complete the process and ensure that you sign up for FSC at the end of our time with you, because definitely you need training to up your skill. If you are 3 and below, you definitely need training. All right, so let's do the reality check. What is your desired family life practice result? What do you want to be known for? What are the kind of transformations you want to be able to create for your clients? What actions have you taken so far to build that family life practice that you dream about? And whatever actions you've taken, how effective have they been? And how do you know how effective they have been? It is by assessing what are your current results. When people come to you and you work with them, what is the typical responses that they give? Do you yourself get confused and not even know what you are doing with them? If you're just starting off, then you want to ask yourself, what kind of practice do I want to build from the start? What beliefs have you installed for yourself that is guiding your practice? And what template are you using in your practice? What template are you using? Or are you still working with native intelligence? What is your competence, confidence level? I think I have assessed that when I first asked you the question. So far, we are in the month of August. August is done today. By tomorrow, we'll be done with August and we'll be moving on to September. So let's even assess from January 2025 to August 2025, how many clients have you successfully assisted in the last 8 months? If you are to rate how much you have made from your practice, how much were your clients willing to pay you to assist them resolve their family life problems? That is what will help you do this reality check of knowing if you are skilled enough. Because if you're skilled enough, you will be delivering transformative results. If you're skilled enough, your clients will be referring people to you. If you're skilled enough, you would be mastering the different levels of mastery, and then you will be getting well compensated for the work that you're doing. Perhaps for those who rated their skill level from 0 to 3, for those who maybe do not think that they are getting sufficient results, for those who even don't feel that their practice looks like what they want to build, let's look at these reasons, 7 reasons why family life practitioners struggle. And hopefully, you will be able to identify 1 or 2 or 3 of the reasons for your struggle. Number 1 is the profitability mental block. One of the things that acts as a barrier to family life practitioners investing their money, their time, their sweat, their energy in building the skills required to do this work is that they're like, will this work pay my bills? If I pay all this money to get trained, am I going to recoup my money? You've already heard from the second testifier today. Junwon made back his training fee in the first 4 weeks of taking FSC. That's not to even talk about the other revenue that he has generated. But once you have this mental block that, this will not pay, you're not going to commit yourself to building the kind of expertise. And let me tell you, to become someone that continues to produce transformational results, you must be committed to continuous learning and improvement. That's just it. Because as you make the money from your practice, there is a percentage that should be budgeted for continuous improvement so that you don't become stale, so you don't become obsolete, so you are not still raving about a research that was done in 50 years ago, 70 years ago. Meanwhile, they are recent research. I remember when I wrote a book, and then I had nominated some people to review the book. And in the book, I was talking about a research that was done, that was about 12 years. The research was about 12 years old, right? And then I gave this book to a doctor, an academic doctor in social work. And then she said to me, "Oh, I like that research you referred to, but Jima, I think we should put a more recent one. There is a research that is just about 2 years old that is more current and has built on the research you referenced 12 years ago." You think I published the work without going to read the new research? No, I didn't. Because, and get this, I'm going to be giving you some tips that you should be putting. As you're taking this training, you should have one special journal where you're dropping the magnets that you should not forget. You want to know the joker of remaining relevant in the industry? So sometimes when I create blueprints and I hand it out, people are like, "Oh, you're giving them the blueprints that you use in this work. These children will ace you out." And I just smile. A learner never becomes obsolete. Why do you think we have revised edition? Something comes up and there's revised edition 1, revised edition 2, revised edition 3. It is because that if you keep learning, you will keep growing. But if you stay stuck, that blueprint you created 4 years ago, that is the climax of your work. And so when people use it, and you are still doing premium service, they're like, now the same blueprints Labaja is using, and the cost is more affordable. But when you keep growing and keep moving, you will never become obsolete, and the industry will always reckon with you. So don't be afraid that, these Gen Zs are coming. Nah. Keep a learning mind and continue to grow. And then see evidence everywhere of the people who are earning from doing this work. I mean, I don't have any other work to do. Juwon is a big boy. At least he has, no, let me rephrase that. He has a publishing house. Of course, I have vested interest in other business, real estate, and the likes. But I wake up every day to do family life, and it's keeping me fresh and happy. I mean, don't you see that I'm fresh? Or don't I look happy? So this work can pay your bills if you know how to master the money-making part of it. I will show you some tips. Second reason why people struggle in this industry. Thank you. I wanted to know whether nobody's seen this, my freshness. Very fresh, very stunning. And now this work they do. So you can also do it and look fresh if you understand how the game is played, because every industry is a game. And if you must play in any industry, you must understand the rules of the game. And those are those rules that we're sharing with you in these 2 days. Another reason why family life practitioners struggle is the lack of creative productization and leverage. I see people busy. Thank you so much for the compliments. I see people busy, like they are awake from morning to night on social media, post this, do that. But yet, their business is not structured with the distinct transformative solutions. Wait for it. Not that they have, but that the market needs. As somebody who loves to learn and create solutions, I had to learn that it's not so much about the solution that I think that the market needs. It's about the solution that the market actually needs. And so I started to do social experiments, market surveys, bringing out, asking people, using different methodologies to find out what is the market needing right now, so that the solution is timely, and then you master how to market and you sell your solutions. But people are calling themselves family life practitioners. They are busy exchanging words on social media. Somebody posts something, they are countering. But when I come to your page, I'm not seeing any systemized methodology. I'm not seeing something that, oh, if somebody takes this and plugs it in here, this is what they are going to get as results. And then you are yapping that the industry does not pay. Nobody is going to pay you for comments on social media. Nobody is going to pay you because you have a badge that says family life. People are going to pay you for transformation. Put that down on your paper. Are you aware that the market is not going to pay you for information? I mean, we're in ChatGPT era. Anybody can go to ChatGPT and say, blah, 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 I have been depressed for 7 weeks. Create for me a step-by-step guide of what I should do day by day, minute by minute, second by second, to go from depression to sanity. And ChatGPT will give it to them. People can say, oh, my husband and I are having communication issues. Create a 2 weeks plan for us of how to understand ourselves, blah, blah, blah. And all of these AI tools will create it. So really, it's not about the information you have. Because Google has the information. Let me tell you what people are going to pay for you for. Step by step, scalable and measurable transformation. So if in all of your plenty stories, you can show people how you can hold their hands, or even your solutions can hold their hands and take them from step 1 to step 2, and give them insight on how to measure the growth that they are making from step 1 to step 2, you're not going to get the kind of paying clients because people are busy. Attention span is reducing. They want transformation that is fast and long lasting. So if you lack creative productization or even leverage, you're going to struggle. And guess what? Like I said, the value chain. You don't even have to be the one creating the products. They are intellectual property that has been created in the industry that you can key into and become an affiliate because you understand it and still get paid. You don't have to create them from scratch, but if you don't belong to a network where you can access such creations, how do you know about them? So is your struggle because you lack creative solutions and you're just busy running from pillar to post? Number 3, and I think I've spoken about this, so I'll just run through it so that we can move on. Obsolete, ineffective practice templates. I get so weary and worn out when I'm talking to people, and I'm sorry because I also belong to faith-based. I also offer marriage preparation in my local church, but I'm going to say it as it is. Some faith-based organizations are so stuck in the past that there is no reinvention. I was supposed to work with a particular faith base to help them revamp their premarital coaching curriculum. And then there was some resistance from the elders. And what was it? Oh, this template we have been using was created by our founding fathers. We have been using this template for 60 years. How do we just change the template? Meanwhile, the people in their congregation are going to other denominations for marriage preparation. They are shouting and praying that the high divorce rate among young people in their church is increasing, but you are still stuck in your obsolete practice. So the question is, how relevant are the tools you're using today? The methodology you're using, are you still stuck in people come, or you're saying your own story? The man will say a story. Madam, say your own. The woman will say a story. After they've said story for 3 hours, you will now begin to ask them question for another 2 hours. You have spent 6 hours. That is really draining and exhausting, but you have not made any solutions. Compared to having a tool that can help you, even without the people speaking to you, get insight to what their issues are and make tailored recommendations before you even have your first sitting with them. And then they begin to say, like Korede said that his people testified after he took FSC. Are you in our hope? How do you know this is happening? Because there is a science of human behavior. And there are tools that can help you get into a person's life without knowing the person, but then you can understand what's happening with the person. So tell me, if you are a potential client and you get to sit 6 hours with this exalted coach or with this old married couple in your church or your anywhere, and then you are yawning, you are tired, 6 hours, no, people have not even made any headway. And then you sit with another one, and within just doing your assessment and giving you within 30 minutes, you have read, what's 30 minutes? 15 minutes, you have read something that summarizes what the issues are, and the person has made recommendations that look like what you are looking for. What thing concern you whether the first person has been married 30 years? And it's just all talk, scratching at the surface without getting to the roots. And somebody who is not even married, because a single can offer effective marriage coaching, because marriage coaching has nothing to do with your marital status. It is a professional work that can be studied and learned. That's why when I see people, when I'm talking about, come and take the blueprint for premarital, somebody say, I'm divorced. Can I prepare people for marriage? I'm like, right on. Your marital status is your personal experience. It's not the ultimate experience. And you are not coming to teach them what happened in your marriage. You're coming to use a science-based framework to prepare them. So yes, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're widowed, whether you're divorced, whether you can be a transformative marriage coach, because it is a science that can be learned and taught. So are you somebody that is still stuck in obsolete templates? This is the time for you to change it. Thank you, Virginia. Virginia says, relevant tools and templates needed for every generation. It's funny how, are you aware? Take, for example, the people getting married now, majority of them are Gen Zs and some of the millennials. And then you want to help them build strong foundation for marriage, or they're having issues. You're working with 2 millennials and they are married and they're having issues in their marriage. You don't even understand how millennials communicate. Your template does not even take into cognizance the peculiarities of the Gen Z generation. You're not going to get any results with them, because your methods are stuck in the past, and these ones have moved on far ahead of you. The fourth reasons why you may be struggling in your practice is your inability to master business systems. You know, people say, oh, freely you receive. Because again, many people, especially in our locality, where before we started the family systems engineering certification course, we looked around Nigeria, Africa, where can you study family science? And sadly, little or nothing existed. Unlike in the Western world, where people have courses on family science. I met somebody the other day, she's doing a PhD in family and marriage therapy. And I'm like, come closer. We need to be talking some more. And so they say, oh, it's God that gave you the skills. It's God that gave you, so you should give it freely. But then, because again, you are thinking is freely giving that you are giving, that's why you are not interested in building scalable systems. You're not interested in structures. You're not interested in strategies. The same way I was saying to someone, your passion is not enough. Oh, and she was looking at me. I said, no matter how passionate you are about helping, seeing people, helping the marginalized people, fighting the cause of the underprivileged, nobody is going to admit you in the law court to defend them if you have not been rigorously trained. Oh, I'm so passionate about children and heart issues. Oh, my heart breaks when I hear that a child has a hole in a heart. And then the parents of the child will come to you to do an open heart surgery for their child because you are passionate about children, because you are passionate about hearts. That's crazy. But guess what? That's what some of you want to do in the family life space. I'm passionate about marriage. So you just come and you're talking. The same way people spend years of study to be a professional doctor, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be whatever it is, that is the same way that time should be spent in studying the systems of family science so that you don't become a wrecker of life, but you are a co-creator with God. When people do open heart surgeries, when people do brain surgery, we say, oh, God has used them to give a person another chance. That's the same way God can use you to give a human being a second chance, give a couple a second chance, only if you are submitted to doing the rigorous work of training yourself so that you don't become a monster where you're supposed to be a master of the process that does the work. I want to quickly go to 5 because we need to move. And this 5 becomes very important for me. People confuse family life practice with activism. Hey, somebody is saying something about women should submit to their husband. Hey, all the women will jump up. What do you mean submit? If a man does not love the woman, how can she submit? It's when a man loves a woman that she can submit. Oh, somebody says something and they say men are scum. Hey, you come out. A man is not supposed to be breadwinner. If you say men are scum, and you are just yapping and yapping. Family life practice is not activism. Because if Aluta will continue, when will Victoria ever be a SATA? And that is why after this 2 days engagement, you don't go to social media and you are just joining every discussion. Sometimes people tag me. And there's maybe, you know how somebody will post something, keep me anonymous, don't disclose my identity. And they just give a story and they say, oh, the person is in the comment section reading. Please, what do you think the person should do? And somebody will tag me for me to respond. I can't respond to that. I don't know the root cause of what the person is going through. So the story written there is not sufficient to make a comment. So the best I say is empathize with the person, recognize where the challenge is, recognize the struggle they are going through. And I would just say, I would recommend that this person seeks the intervention of a professional coach who can sit with them and get to the bottom of it so that the recommendations that are made can be well tailored. And I will also sound a note of warning that all of this multiplicity of comments and suggestions by different people could be more confusing to the person than the help that the person came for. Because everybody is talking based on their own bias. Everybody is talking based on stereotype. And even if you have used the intervention for some other woman who has a similar case, that doesn't make it the template because you yet do not know anything about this person and what is going on. So that's the best I give. I don't make any comments on that because I don't know the story. And so if a person is not willing to sit with a professional who will help them identify where the gaps are, then it's just social media entertainment. And guess what? Those are the pages that thrive because people like story. Somebody will come and say, hey, my mother-in-law did that, this one did that, and you see comments, engagement. And some of the people who are just on social media for engagement love it because the more engaging your post, the more you can monetize. And that's another danger we are falling into. Because of the monetization of social media pages, people have forgotten their values and are just consumed with trends so that it can be engaging and they can make money out of it. Meanwhile, they are destroying lives. Because when you present your platform for people to come and be giving duplicates of recommendations that is even more confusing, you really are wrecking lives than you think you are helping. But unfortunately, you may be smiling to the bank because of the money you are getting from monetization. But in the long run, are you really saving lives? Or you are just doing business that is based on values at another person's expense? 6 is the practitioner's low self-esteem. Because sometimes people are asking, who am I to teach anyone how to do marriage better? I think I've spoken about this when I was talking about, the divorcee feeling not good enough, the singles, people despising the single, or even if somebody is having challenges in their own marriage and like, me, I'm struggling with communication with my husband. Who am I to come and teach? It's the same thing. I mean, a medical doctor could be dealing with weight issues, could be obese, could even have some things they're dealing with. Does it stop them from showing up at work and using their skills to help others? It doesn't. Somebody who is divorced can still be a divorce lawyer and still be doing good work. Because it is still that we don't understand that it's a profession and not our personal experience. And sometimes I blame society for it because even when you come to our communities, the way we look down at people who have been challenged, maybe somebody is divorced and used to be a worker in church, and some churches would strip you of that role because you're divorced. How does being an usher have anything to do with your marital status? How does teaching children Sunday school have anything to do with your marriage ending? And so because society again is driven by shame and doesn't do well with people who have been dealt the other side of life, those people get themselves caught up in low self-esteem. But what I say to them, if somebody writes you off, you don't write off yourself. I don't think under normal circumstances, all things being equal, that anybody will want to get married and divorce. But when it happens, you have to take the lessons from it, but that should not define who you are because you are much more than that. People want to get certificate. I can't tell you how many times I answer, if I take this training, am I going to get a certificate? If I do this, am I going to? Yes, I get. But it's not about your certificates. Some people here have taken certifications, but there's no context to it. You can't even apply the certifications. You can't even translate it to solutions. So whether it is local-based certificate, foreign-based certificate, and you cannot use it to create transformative solutions, then it really is just another hardcover or a a digital copy of a certificate that is not doing any work for you. So, which of these reasons can you relate to? Which of these reasons can you relate to that could be what is affecting your practice? Quickly come to the chat room and tell me, because I see that our time is fast spent. I need us to deal with these limiting beliefs and hopefully end today's conversation there. But please keep a date with us because we'll build on this tomorrow. We'll build on this tomorrow. So let me quickly run you through the beliefs that you need to work on. I'm not seeing people come to tell me, oh, which one is it for you? Okay, thank you. Just saying low self-esteem, you would go above that. Nobody defines who you are, okay? So take the lessons from whatever challenges that happen to you and get well trained, and you can deliver transformative solutions. All right, so let's quickly go to limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. Thank you so much for being vulnerable. All right, so let's look at some of the limiting beliefs that can sabotage the progress a passionate family life practitioner can make. You can be passionate, but your progress can be sabotaged by this. I'll run through them quickly, but I need you to understand this, that what you believe about a thing will influence your behavior, will give you the results corresponding to your behavior, and will further validate your beliefs. So let me give you an example. Oh, let me use one of the beliefs here. So if you think that, oh, family life practice does not pay well, that's a belief you have. What do you think it will make you behave? It will either make you be mediocre, it will either make you not want to commit yourself to growth, it will either make you not want to invest your money or your energies in it because, hey, why should I put in all of that if they don't pay them well? And when you don't invest yourself, when you are not growing, when you are not doing transformational, all of that, what kind of results can you produce? Mediocre results. And so when you produce mediocre results, maybe you sign up your first client and the person comes and didn't get value, they are not doing any word of advertisement, you are not getting paid. You say, I said it, they don't pay anything here, so why should I bother? But it wasn't about the results. It was first because you believed that it wasn't going to pay you. And so unknowingly to you, that made you take the actions that you took that didn't prepare you to be a person that can be paid. Or even if you invested money in training yourself, the behavior that it can do for you is that you don't even price yourself well. You can't even be confident to talk about your fees. And so you don't get the clients. You say, I said it, this thing doesn't work. So at the base of any results you will ever produce in this industry is the beliefs. So I want us to together look at certain beliefs that could be present for you, and we'll wrap today by me giving you assignment to go and sit down with whatever beliefs you have identified. I'll give you a template of what to do with it. Like I said, excuse me, at the root of the struggles of many professionals are certain beliefs that if you don't uninstall them, they will continue to sabotage your efforts to help people create change. So let's look at the beliefs one after the other. Do you currently, even after from what we have been discussing for the past 1 hour, 30 minutes, do you still believe deep down in your heart that the family life practice does not pay well? If you believe that, you need to uninstall it. Because that is a belief that would make you not put your right foot forward. And even when it's not even family life practice, at the basic of even money making is your mindset about money. That was why I made you chant that chant. If you don't believe that you are worthy of being paid what you're paid, if you don't believe that you're giving value that needs to be paid for the value, you are going to show up not confident in your service. So that's one limiting belief that you must address after tonight. The second one is, do you believe that family life practice is a gift from God and cannot be learned from any school? Is that a present belief for me? It's God that just inspires people. It's God that just inspires people. The same person who is very good with things, fixing things and all that, still goes to engineering school or even still goes to a vocational technical school to go and master how to create things. So if you believe that this is just a gift from God, and so which one are they saying you should come and learn? Nobody can learn this. It's God that gives the gift. That is going to also sabotage you. And guess what? This will also sabotage your profitability. Because not only are you going to be open to learning, you will not also be open to, charging for your services because you feel, it was freely given to me, so freely I should give. So do you believe this? You need to sit with it. Thank you. Somebody said everything can be learned. Absolutely. Okay, let's look at another belief. Do you believe that you cannot be a good family life professional if you are not married or if you are divorced? Does anybody still believe this? Me, I cannot do marriage coaching with a single. What does the person know? She should go and fix her life. She should go and find a husband first. He should go and get married. Then he can come back and talk to me. This one that could not keep a husband. What will she tell me? Do you still believe that a person cannot be a good family life professional if they are not married or if they are divorced? I'm happy that we're getting some mind shifts here. Okay, number 4. Do you believe that, once I get a foreign certification, my practice can be recognized? I will just put UK certified coach, US certified coach. And sometimes I just laugh at people because that is also that self-esteem thing that is. You may be trained by a school based in the US. So you could be like, a University of Texas trained marriage coach, but no government gives certification. So even the nomenclature, US certified coach, is a misnomer, because if US certify you, it can be Harvard that certified you. It can be that. But you see, because our people are so caught in low self-esteem and think that everything foreign is the ultimate, they just even allow themselves look silly. How can you say UK certified coach? If you went to Cambridge, you got your certification from Cambridge. The United Kingdom does not certify people. So because you're caught in that neo-colonialism, you don't even allow yourself process what they're brandishing at you. So if you still think that you need, and don't get me wrong, I have several foreign certifications because I like to learn and I like to also export our indigenous and then rub minds with people of other cultures and other places. So I've gotten certifications that are foreign, but I don't go putting UK coach, UK certified, US certified, because I understand that I went to a school and so the best is the school and not the country. So I'm not saying foreign certifications are a no. But that is not the ultimate, because even if you get all those certifications and you're not doing the work for your practice to be reputable, it still wouldn't open the doors for you. All right, number 5. Do you still think that you don't have capacity to help others? Like what I was saying, who am I syndrome? Who am I to say this? Who am I to do this? That is also self-esteem issue. That could also be trauma-based. because some people may have grown up in homes where they never felt validated for their work. And so they have always thought that I am not good enough. Maybe they were beaten for not coming first. Maybe they were mocked for failing a test. Maybe they, it just lives in them this impression about themselves that they are not good enough. And it also spills to their family life practice. So it might not just be because you're thinking you're not good enough by yourself. It may be trauma-based because of the voices and the handlers in your life, how they have made achievement look to you, and how maybe you were not made to feel seen. And perhaps you also grew up in a home where you were validated by your academic performance. I've seen a home where a home of 3 children, the 2 siblings were high flyers, coming first and second, and this lovely young girl was almost always coming in the middle. In a class of 30, she would come 14, she would come 15, she would come 10, but her parents always made her feel like she was a misfit in the family. And so she grew up with this who am I syndrome thing, and it continued to affect her until she got healed. She identified it and healed from it. So I don't know what it is that is fueling your own who am I syndrome, but in FSC, we have tools to help you dictate even childhood trauma and how to heal from there. This is another one. Is this a belief that is running your family life practice? You think you need a lot of social media followers to attract enough paying clients? Who is in that boat? I don't have enough followers, and so I am not going to, this thing will not work. The people that are making it are the people that have plenty followers. Oh, you post something and you have 2 likes and you're like discouraged. You don't show up again for the next 1 month. You show up again, you have 10 likes and you are discouraged. Social media engagement is very good. We're not disputing that. But that is not all. There are people that view your post that don't comment, but they look for your services. There are people that read your posts that don't engage in it for whatever reason, but they can be your clients. And it's not about, and guess what? I had a clarity call with a lady yesterday. And we got talking because she signed up for one of the trainings that I am doing. And then I'm like, she wanted to also grow her business. And she was like, oh, one of her fears is acceptance. And I just asked her, so tell me, how did you know about this program that you're signing up to do with the academy? And she goes, oh, I've been following you for years. I've been reading your posts. I've been, I've attended webinars where you taught. So I said, you see what? That's also how it grows. The same way, imagine yourself as a typical client. You said you followed me for 3 years plus, but you're just buying from me. And she said, I wanted to, no, I said, I'm not disputing that. I'm just trying to let you know how the market works. Because for people need to know you, like you, and to trust you. And you, if your typical clients that you are looking for are people like you, who had to follow me for 3 years, attend webinars, look at my lifestyle, read my posts on my pages that had nothing to do with my business, maybe me kissing my husband or dancing with him under the rain or one thing or the other. And you were like, this is the kind of person I want to. That's how you should see it as how your typical clients are also watching you. So you can't grow your business by showing up one day and nobody sees you again for the next 3 months. But even you that is telling me you followed me for 3 years, have you ever commented on my post? She said no. Have you ever liked any? She said no. But here you are making a purchase. So it's good. There is that social excitement. Oh, when your post is getting engagement, it's fine. But don't let that stop you. There are customers that are buying that are not commenting. Just ensure that you are showing up consistently and giving value. making sure that the people get to know you beyond the work, but also see your lifestyle, because people are buying into brands. You could have all of the expertise, but the person is looking at you, you're coming to tell them, oh, my product will make you smile. My product will make your husband love you. And then every time they come to your page, is you, somebody that is selling products that makes people smile. But we can hardly see a smile on your face. You don't know it's part of your trust quotient? Anyways, let's stay on this. So you don't need a lot of social media followers to attract enough paying clients. Take that to the bank. I'm a living testimony of this belief that I want you to change, because I don't even know how many followers I have, but I'm selling my products and doing my life. As much as I'm not saying I don't want to grow it, but I'm not fixated on it, because it is not really what makes the difference. It is about the consistency in my branding, and also how I can communicate the solutions that I have for you that is important for me. So I'm going to be giving you this exercise as we wrap up my time with you, because I'm sure that, excuse me, excuse me, Juma is somewhere waiting to take over. So this is what I'm going to make you to do when you leave here. You're going to identify that belief that has been limiting you so far. Choose the one that is very significant for you. And then ask yourself, is this belief serving me? Is it giving me the kind of results I want? All the while I've been thinking that family life does not pay well. I've been thinking it's foreign certification I need. I've been thinking that because I freely got it, I don't need any systems. I've been thinking that, oh, because I'm not married or divorced, I cannot do well. Oh, I've been thinking that if I don't have enough social media followers, I can't attract. How is that serving you? Is it giving you the results you truly desire? If your answer to this question is a no, then you move to reframing it. You have to ask yourself, okay, I've been believing this, and this is the result it has been giving me. Now, what new belief do I want to start believing? And you name the belief you want to start believing. And then you go to the third part, because we don't want you to just rename it. So if you say, I used to believe that because I don't have a lot of social media followers, I will not be able to attract paying clients. And your answer is, has it been serving you? Is it giving you the result? And you say no. Then you come to reframe and you say, you know what? I will start. My new belief now is that I can attract paying clients irrespective of my number of followers. That's a good belief that replaces the old belief. But many people end there. But that's not where to end. You have to install the new belief so that it can replace the old one. And how do you install the new belief? Is by taking action. So the next thing you ask yourself is, what action steps will I take to install this new belief? So if my new belief is that I don't need too many social media followers to attract paying clients, what action will you take? You have to start selling to those people. You have to take action like somebody who believes that is not new followers. So you have to start putting content out. You have to start selling. If you are saying that, oh, my old belief was that family life practice does not pay well, and you're now asking yourself, has this belief been serving you? You say no. What must I believe? Oh, my belief now is that it is going to pay well. So what action steps will you take? You now be like, okay, well, for it to pay well, what do I need to do? Those people that it is paying well, what did they do? And our conversation has been saying that it's not passion only. Okay, I'm not going to do passion only. I'm going to get myself trained. That's an action step, because when you get trained, you can now offer the kind of transformative service that will get you paid. Okay, they said that money is made in tribes, that even if I don't want to create solutions, I can belong to a tribe. That's how I even know. So where are this tribe of people? Okay, for me to belong to this tribe, the network is open to people who have taken this training. I would now take the training so that I can belong to the tribe and know how to get the other value chain. Do you understand? So it is how you do it. You identify it, you question it, you reframe it, and you install it. All right? And after you do that, please take a screenshot of this page, because this is something I want you to do before you come in tomorrow. You want to write a personal commitment statement to yourself on the future of your family life practice, the value you want to bring, and how much you want to get paid. We have spent time, I have started to introduce you to the reasons why people struggle in the space, the scene of assumption, and the limiting beliefs. So right now, I want you to write a personal commitment. It doesn't matter where you used to be in your family life practice. From tonight, where do you want to be? Write a personal commitment statement, the kind of family life practice you want to build, the value you want to bring, and how much you want to get paid. After writing that, sit down and reflect with yourself. What is limiting your capacity to operate at the highest level? And ask yourself, what are you going to do about that? Remember, what is limiting your family life practice? And what are you going to do about that? Welcome back, Juwon. And I hope everyone here shows up tomorrow, because we just have started to lay the foundation. When we come tomorrow, we'll begin to look at what are these new rules of family life practice, and how can you get this template that everyone is talking about. It's been great spending this time with you. Juwon, back to you.
Thank you, Dima. Thank you, DS. That was very, very insightful. Even me, I learned a lot today. So thank you so much. Yes, let the applause be coming in. Let it be coming in. If this was impactful, let us appreciate our DOS for an insightful session. So if this was like this today, you can imagine what tomorrow is going to look like. So I want to encourage all of you. A lot has been said today. I don't even want to touch on anything, but a lot has been said today. A lot has been said today. So please take the home play. You saw it as home play. That's what we do. That's our language in FSC. When you come in, you will learn other languages. Maybe you are used to homework, but we call it home play. So if there are some of your friends that have not even signed up for this webinar, let them know what they missed today and let us see them tomorrow. Want to thank you for showing up. Do your home play. Think about what you're about to start. Change some of the beliefs you have. In fact, sometimes you can even do a quick evaluation. Check your church or your local assembly and look at the people that are in the counseling practice. One of the beliefs that is existent among even religious houses now is that once you are probably 20 years in marriage, you automatically qualify to be a marriage counselor. As in, what an error. Probably that's the reason why we are having the kind of marriages we have today, because people that are not skilled are running many of our family life departments in churches and mosques. So these are the things that we intend to correct. These are the things that we intend to change. And these are the things we are trying to equip you for so that you can be skilled. You don't ask your pilot whether he's single or married before you enter a plane. So why should you ask whether somebody is single or married before they can attend to you or counsel you? As long as they are skilled, they are qualified. It's skill that matters. So let us stop using native intelligence to deal with issues. You didn't say you want to pass an exam and you say, Holy Spirit, teach me chemistry. You went to school and learned. That's why you passed your exam, you passed your work, you passed your jam, you got your university degree because you learned. But when it comes to counseling, you just think Holy Spirit will tell me how to talk to those couples. No, you need to build skills. You need to build skills. If you have friends that need this learning, please let them join us tomorrow because we'll be doing the second installment tomorrow, and it also promises to be mind-blowing. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you all tomorrow, same time for the next installment, and I hope to see you sign up for the program. And on that note, I say have a good night rest. And for those of us going to church tomorrow, have a great time in church. For those of us going to wherever it is that we're going, most tomorrow, have a great time in your local assembly. And see you tomorrow. Bye.
To a counseling school, and with my personal experiences, I've deployed all of that with helping people, using reflective questions, whether with empathy and all of that. It was solving it until, you feel a sense of you are not getting that excellence that you really want, until I encountered Oyela in FSC. Oyela is mind-blowing. I mean, when you encounter Oyela, your life can never remain the same. It's like someone is inside of you, showing yourself to you, and you are wondering, who is this person? It's possible that, clients that I work with have encountered other tools. When they encounter Oyela, there is this light bulb, you just see that they come alive. I've also, even not only for African origin, other people, other origin, and it shows the efficacy of Oyela itself. It shows what Oyela can do. And the literal meaning of Oyela is the revealer. And it does that work accurately. I came across FSC through several means, but I didn't know that was the name until, I met with some colleagues, and it's as if they're saying some things that really resonated with me. And close to that was when the webinar was going on. And I said, immediately I entered the webinar, it didn't take me like 10 minutes. I knew this is where I'm supposed to be. Then after taking the webinar, I started seeing, the adverts everywhere, people talking about it and all of that. How it has transformed my practice. So before FSC, I'm of this opinion that, you do your impact on a low key and all of that. But FSC showed me that there is so much work to be done, and you cannot, hide what you are doing when you are trying to save the world. And so, as part of the things that we do as requirement is exposure, because your voice must be able to reach the people that need what you are giving. And what we are giving is for all nations, is for everyone, every human being on the planet. If anybody called themselves a coach or whatever that you are helping people, even for individual, you need to pass through FSC. But you have taken upon yourself the responsibility to help people, and you call yourself leaders. If you are not in FSC, I don't know what you're doing, because it gives you system. And I've seen it replicated over and over. For every session that is being run by FSC, you have diverse caliber of people that you are interacting with. You have people of like mind. Even our group is like a master class on its own, because people are sharing, their ideas. You are brainstorming one another. It's like it's a family on its own. So we are not just preaching, saying it from the books. FSC, we are living it. And there is no one that has gone through FSC that will not tell other people about it. So my advice is that if you are a thought leader and you have not considered FSC, I'm encouraging you to do so, because it will change your life forever. Adonla Adenola is my name. I'm a certified family life practitioner. I'm a savior in my space. I help singles, and recently I've started working on matured singles. I help married people, and I help parents or teenagers to navigate life, because the nation is built on the foundation of families. And so helping people to gain clarity, helping them to know who they are so that they can be able to function in any space that they meet themselves. That's what I do.